What's up, people? You're locked into the 2PRO1SLOW podcast.
Hi.
Right, we're back again. Monday, we said we would be.
Well, two of us. Real doers.
The proper doers are
To
here.
be fair, he reckons he's actually gone riding, so he is kind of really doing.
Yeah, he's gone Essex Works because he wants to get better.
Okay. Quite fitting, really, after the last pod, and he's. Well, he didn't really talk about his performance, did he?
He did. He just said he wasn't happy, but he didn't ride himself, did he? But anyway, we're not here to slag him off. He's gone to better himself. He reckons he's back this week, and he reckons he's got Dean Wilson lined up for a podcast. I will believe it when I see it.
That would be good. I'd be impressed, because I've been telling him for 2 years, you don't need me to be here. All the equipment's there. You know lots of interesting people. Find some and talk to them.
There's one man who's left a comment this morning that doesn't want you here ever. He says that you just constantly talk about yourself.
Yeah, what was his username? 186.0043. So you're a big, brave, faceless man, aren't you? Anyway, well, I've put a time on for 40 minutes because I also, when we discussed coming back in here Thursday, I thought I flew at 6 p.m. I actually fly at 3 p.m. But we're comfortable for time. I've just got a bit of rearranging of my worldly belongings in the back of my van, but we can deal with that.
Yeah, we're on a bit of a schedule.
The people down. 2 podcasts in a week.
Anyway, let's go for...
kind of relevant. A lot of people, not a lot, but a decent amount of people came up to us this weekend at Valleys and had already listened to the podcast, because probably 6 or 7 people said, are you podcasting again tomorrow?
Oh, that's good. Well, that was my plan, was to get it online for Friday night. So if anyone was driving to that event, they had something to listen to.
Yeah, well, that clearly worked, because, people had it fresh in their mind and they were like, are you podcasting again tomorrow? One guy even said, you're going riding with Tommy tomorrow, aren't you? And I was like, oh, well, that was maybe it's a bit of an ambitious statement.
Yeah, you were supposed to be getting the 450
fair play to, all the eagle-eared man-dem out there. We need to pick a winner in this episode too. Did we have a winner?
We didn't have a winner from our Supercross game.
Checked?
I checked everyone, but the only person that was remotely right about our Supercross guessing game was you, by saying that Jet was going to fluff the first race, which I don't think he got helped quite a bit.
I haven't actually watched it. Because signal wasn't great, and I thought obviously had the race, and then it's like a 3-hour journey, and by the time we'd packed up and everything, I thought I'd just, first thing I did when I woke up was head to Instagram to have the results given to us, and the first thing I seen was Supercross Live post like the top 10, and I seen there was neither Lawrence in there, and I was like, whoa, juicy.
Yeah, something went on. He got I don't know whether punted on the start. They're just a bit of bargy on the front and the start, and he got squished.
I feel like it's a really good start to the championship then, because he's obviously got work to do. From what I gather, Tomac did well, Roxon did well.
It was
Sexton obviously won, but wasn't the best. Or you said, or he still stalled it, or made a few mistakes.
He stalled it, and then he recovered well. But I agree. It's better that what you thought was going to happen didn't happen, which is better for the championship, because now you're like, oh.
And Daddy Deeks didn't win, so he's hungry.
Yeah,
everyone's. It's danger time next weekend.
It's all go. I did ask for some questions, but obviously Tommy's not here, and I also asked for some topics. But I thought we may as well start with your race.
That thing you sent this morning was good. We've got like 10 episodes worth of talking points and whatever ChatGPT told you this morning.
Well, I screenshot all the questions and I put them into ChatGPT and says, come up with some topics, and it spat out some good ones. So I thought what we could do, since we're struck on time, we'll have 10 minutes quickly talking about your race at the weekend and how you got on, and then me and you'll pick one of those topics and we'll discuss that.
Ed's an artificial intelligence guru, by the way. If anyone wants to know how to use AI for making your life easier, he's very good at it.
I use it for everything, absolutely everything.
But anyway, Valleys was lovely, really. No real complaints. Wasn't even as cold as I was expecting, because on the Friday morning when we went to retrieve the camper van, and it was 2 inches thick of frost on the windscreen, and we had to jump start the van, and yeah, that was a very cold Friday morning and a shock to my system. But Saturday woke up, was a little bit, it was frosty, but to be honest, it wasn't really that cold, and it was bone dry all weekend, which made it so much nicer.
Looks slippy Saturday.
Slippy, yeah. Saturday, we did a sighting lap, and then 2 qualifying laps. Is quite just a fast track, really. Not as fast as normal. The big long straight wasn't really in, which is probably a good thing because I don't fancy stopping from 90 miles an hour with ice on the ground. But that is a shame because that is quite a big part, or like a famous part of that race. But from what I gather,
that's the jump up onto the straight.
That jump, someone told us, this might be bullshit, but this is what someone told us. I think they had a high vis on as well, so maybe they do know what they're talking about. The landing of that jump was destroying the road too much because it's obviously like a forestry road.
Okay.
So they had to move it. There was another big jump, which
a little dangerous landing on the side there.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I remember seeing people do it last year actually, and the first lap of it, I caught Bert's up, and I thought, I'll follow him over it. So I just and I didn't really know the direction of the jump went. Followed him over it. He jumped too far right. I followed him to jump too far right. So then the second lap, come round, second time hitting it, I was like, okay, I need to stay further left this time. Wanted to really do something nice over it. So anyway, aimed a bit more left. As soon as I took off, I went, oh no, I'm still heading too far right. So I wasn't really too impressed with my whips over there. And then in the main race yesterday, I tried to do a heel clicker on the last lap and then bottled that on the takeoff and ended up just doing a no footer. Like it looked like something I used to do when I was fucking 9 years old. But anyway, that wasn't really that much of an important part of the weekend. But the weekend itself, thoroughly enjoyed. I was the only finisher within the time limit yesterday, so that actually makes me look really quite fantastic, to be honest.
How long was the race? Or how long?
3 hours. I don't actually know how long it took me. I want to say it took me about 2.5 hours. Maybe.
And the cut-off was 3.
Yeah.
And some come in and finished after the 3.
Yes, I think they come in not long after the 3 hours. So basically, it's 2 easier laps. But obviously everybody does the first 2 laps pretty much, so that track actually ends up becoming really slippy and quite difficult, to be honest. And then the final lap, there's 3 no-help zones, which are quite difficult. You've kind of just... It's a strange venue, really, because a lot of the bits are very difficult. Like, to look at them is really difficult, and you think, oh, that's really hard. But then if you just slowly pick your way through it, and you can just about ride everything. But then there was that, you've probably seen a ghost rid my bike up one of the sections. I think that I've seen some videos, everyone else was helping each other up that bit and stuff like that. So I think the third lap, really, the rest of the guys struggled quite a bit because I pitted for fuel on the second lap, and I think Stan said I was 8 minutes ahead of second, so I obviously pulled some good time on the last lap. But no, all in all, good weekend all around. A lot of people there, which was really nice to see. A lot of moustaches, which was good, and felt actually pretty good. I made a few little silly mistakes, but I was thinking as I was riding around, I don't remember the last time I did like a mud race, because obviously I was injured all of last winter. So I guess it was the winter before. I don't know.
Tong, I remember you slopping around.
The winter before, I feel like.
Yeah, because I came to Tong last year, and it was because Stan was
doing it.
Yeah,
so I didn't do any last year. So it was the year before. So it'd been a long, long time since I'd rode in mud. Jumped back on the 2-stroke, which I'd obviously rode that one day at Only Stands, and I hadn't rode the 2-stroke since Hispania before that, but actually was very pleasantly surprised. Well, not surprised, but really enjoyed how my bike felt, and that was nice, because there's been times when I've like jumped back on a 2-stroke mid-super enduro season, and it's been like a big shock, or like I haven't really felt like I gelled with it that much. Well, that maybe sounds a bit more dramatic than it is, but I've had a very positive feeling about how my bike felt yesterday, so that was good.
I can imagine from speaking to you off the camera, it's so hard to set your bike up for 3 hours races that have got so much in it, because if you make it feel great in one area, it's going to feel crap in another. So I'm guessing you're just trying to make it feel all right on everything.
These days, to be fair, that's a good question actually, Edward, but these days you have to just set your bike up for the really difficult parts, because the amount of time you're going to lose having a badly set up bike for them sections far outweighs the time you lose
just on
dealing with a poorly handling bike on the fast sections. So like this weekend was actually quite good, really, because my engine gear and all that side of things I was really happy with. I'd say the balance of my bike was a little bit heavy in the front, and I felt a little bit over the front, which again isn't a bad thing for the difficult areas, but just obviously we're going to go back there in May. That's something to bear in mind. So yeah, good feedback from that side, and yeah, no complaints really. A lot of people there, which is, I mean, also riding as well. They do like a Valleys light race on the Saturday afternoon, which has like adventure bikes, kids, like so many different people there, and no, it works for how many people competitors wise are at the event. It runs so smoothly, so hats off to them.
Did you have you had a ride nutrition stand as well? Did you sell much?
Had a ride nutrition stand.
Clobber?
Sold all weekend. James was flat out on that. He was by himself, to be fair, and obviously last year at all the events I was injured, so I was, well, at least I felt like I was helping. I was probably mainly in the way. Whereas this weekend, I was there quite a lot, but I was disappearing, or like he was obviously set up by himself in the morning and stuff. So James had to put a fair shift on.
What do you say? You're selling, obviously. You got a few new bits, haven't you? You got new flavours of that Hydro Fizz and stuff.
Yeah, new Hydro Fizz. We've actually run out of gels at the minute, which, well, I guess it's a good thing that we're sold out, but also a bit annoying when people come asking for stuff. We had quite a lot of people asking to buy gels this weekend, but they are on order. Basically, we have stuck with the same supplier, but we've increased the volume of the gel, so the amount of the size of the gel, and the current supplier couldn't package a pouch that big, because we basically made the pouch bigger. So they've had to be sent somewhere else to be repackaged. So that's why there's been a delay on gels, but it means you're going to get more energy for your squeeze on the new gel. And that's coming soon, and another new product coming soon, which I'm not going to say yet, but that's also quite exciting. So that was good. We also sold hats, because we had a big surplus of hats due to my poor business management when we went for the world round last year. We had a lot of overstock.
You was doing a lot of ordering without counting what you had.
No, it wasn't the counting, it was the weather.
Oh, what, buying beanie hats and
So I always, anytime I race in the UK, we obviously sell a lot of hats. The pink hats become a bit of a thing, which is so nice to see when I ride, so many on the sidelines, whatever. So I just thought, we're going the world round, first round of the World Championship is back in Wales. Let's order a load of hats, and ordered a few new colours. And yeah, ordered quite a lot, because I was expected to be quite busy. Didn't really do the math. Well, I guess sometimes May in Wales is pretty miserable. However, this weekend in May was 25 degrees and incredibly dusty, so we ordered large, and really, I think we sold like 4 or 5. So we made a good dent into that my little overstock boo-boo of last year. Which was also, I'm not complaining.
There's some of the topics that I put down.
I feel like I'm just proving the faceless man's comment right. Yeah, I'm just blabbing on about myself the whole time. This feels weird.
There's a couple of discussions here.
He's not here to interrupt and moan. Just saying that's enough for talking about you. So,
well, there's the questions for you were your 610 and your 360. Where are they?
The 360. I've made a bit more progress.
Since when?
Since the last few weeks. Someone actually, GBMX Suspension Services was supposed to bring the suspension this weekend, and he actually forgot them. Stupid twat. So
I was going to say, it's still in a scrap heap in my garage.
Yeah, no, but once this is done, all the parts, it just needs reassembled now.
Oh, right.
He needs to send the triple clamps to my dad, and my dad's going to press a new headset bearing onto it.
Right.
And then I believe that's all the parts. And well, there was very, very rough talks of a project with it.
So we could build that up after Tong, on the Monday after Tong.
No, I've got something else I'm doing the week after Tong. Maybe it's the Monday.
You said that was on the Tuesday.
Yeah, maybe. But if the project which is in talks comes off, it needs put together professionally.
Right.
Because there's talks of doing something with that rider that rides loads of different bikes.
Well, this is the first. I've never heard of that. This is the first.
No,
I've heard
I
of
haven't told you. But
Oh, right, okay.
Have you worked out? Who I'm
I
on
know.
about?
Can I say his name?
Nah,
Right.
leave them guessing. This is quite an easy guess, but that's potential to do something in the UK with him.
Perfect.
I don't know if he knows it, but there's been
So I don't know. He don't know. Only you think you know.
Me and someone else know. Me and two other people know.
Oh dear me. There's a question that I got asked twice actually, which I think is probably better that we answer it while he's not here, because he would just get upset with it. When choosing an action camera, would you pick an Insta360 or a GoPro? Now my take on it.
Good question. Yeah, you can give it an unbiased opinion.
My take
I'll
on
give
it
a
is
biased opinion.
My take on it is figure out what you want it for first. Do you want it for YouTube? Do you want it for Instagram? Or do you want it for
both?
The second one would be figure out how you're going to edit the footage. You're going to edit it on your phone or you're going to edit it on a computer. Because I would say if you're going to do it predominantly on a phone, an Insta360 is a really good shout because you can do all your reels. It works on the computer. And if you're going to just do a GoPro, I would suggest that's better at editing on a computer and probably better for YouTube content. For me, for editing wise, I would say both cameras do what you want them to do, but editing 360 footage on a computer is a lot harder. So that's your pros and cons. You're going to obviously say it's a 360.
Yeah, obviously. But also you need to decide if you want the 360 camera or the non-360 camera.
True.
If you want the 360 camera, there is no question. It's not even up for discussion, regardless of being sponsored. A, for the quality, and B, for the editing, because the Insta360 editing app is generally really, really good, and it gets updated like so often. And yeah, 360 wise, it's not in question, which I would say if you're only wanting to make vertical content, it's definitely worth looking at a 360 camera, because what you can do with it is generally like really, I generally just enjoy, like, there's quite a lot of 360 clips that I've messed about with or played with that I haven't even posted, well, because I don't feel like they're quite good enough to post, but I just generally do enjoy like putting the camera somewhere and seeing the results, because it, like, 9 times out of 10 it blows, like, impresses you, or like,
yeah, it's good.
Something surprises you.
That app's really good. You can just like retime it.
Yeah,
if you're
and
not
now
used to it.
even if you don't know what you're doing on the app, it can auto. It's got obvious. Insta360 uses quite a lot of AI stuff, and it can auto edit for you and keyframe it and stuff for you. Which
I haven't used it in a while, but I used it maybe a year ago, and it was pretty good then. So I can only imagine.
They literally update it probably 4 to 6 weeks. It gets an update, and it's a noticeable change. And speaking of AI, the action camera, the normal action camera, in good light, I would say there's not a big difference in the quality. Like, obviously GoPro has been the staple action camera and has, I would say, is the reason why all the cameras these days are at such a good level, the DJI, the GoPro, and the Insta. But Insta360 are definitely doing the most with AI. Like, they have a pure video mode, which is in low light conditions. I mean, if you look at the Christmas special, this was completely by chance, but me and Tommy both ended up, when we were at the road crossing at the end, completely by chance, we were both filming at the same time. And I didn't put that in as a diss to GoPro. I just couldn't believe how good the quality was for how dark it was. So low light conditions, pure video mode does use AI and gives such a good feedback. And also now voice recognition, or like picking up on voices over the top of wind and stuff like that.
Yeah,
the Instead is also doing good. But yeah, it really kind of does depend on what you want. And the honest answer is they're all really good these days. However, I do generally feel that Insta360 is pushing and is innovating stuff at a much faster rate, which is one of the main reasons why I did decide to go that route. I did, after having kind of no options on the table for a lot of years, when it actually came crunch time.
You got a deal for both at the same time.
Yeah, when it actually came crunch time, they were both on the table, and I was humming and hawing because obviously I generally really do respect both brands a lot, and it was a difficult decision, but I am really, really happy with the decision I made. So
are you?
he would have hated sitting.
He would have hated sitting through that, yeah, but maybe not, because now he's a content creator.
Nah. Just put the camera on and it'll be fine. Difference does it make? They both do the same thing. Fuck off.
Are you allowed to wear them now at races?
No, I mean, no.
Still not.
That's a bit grey. I feel like it's becoming a bit more grey, but I also don't want to push the limits too much. And races, I think also races from the FIM, you're not. Obviously, there's a separate rule from the KTM group because of some of the stuff that they've had experience with riders, which, again, like, they're not. They don't enforce it too strictly, and I also don't want to push the limits too hard because, you know, I do probably get away with a little bit more than I should already.
I might be talking complete bollocks here, but I'm pretty sure within the MXGP as well that you're not allowed to just, like, any rider can't just put one on. I think MXGP owns the rights to the footage as well.
Yeah, so we got told, because obviously amongst the hard enduro riders, we said 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
3, I think. 2021 you wore, 2022 you didn't.
Yeah, I think it was 2022. I'm trying to think what race it was. We had like a meeting. I can remember the meeting. I can't remember what hotel we were in. Anyway, we all sat down and just said we're not going to wear, I think it was Serbia, 2022. We all said we're not wearing cameras on my chest for races anymore, because they do generally kind of get in the way on your chest in a hard enduro race, because we've also got to wear body armor, chest and back protector, so it pushes it out so far, and like it's to get caught on a throttle cable. Like, it's fine when you're just out on a trail ride or even a training ride, it's not so bad, but when you're pushing your bike and you're like upside down or clean and pressing your bike or whatever, like it's not the best, and your chin often hits it so you can't fully look down, and like I say, all that stuff doesn't really bother your training, but it does kind of get in the way, and for how little of the race it benefits. It doesn't weigh up like what you get from it to how much it gets in your way. And we also thought if we keep wearing them on my chest, they're never going to push to make a change to get them back on the helmet. So that was our thinking. I mean, it hasn't really worked. We're still not allowed them on the helmet. But at the time we got told, like, there was a pre-existing contract between GoPro and MXGP. So I guess they've found a loophole and they're just going to probably run with it. And
I don't know. I just remember...
There's a never-ending contract.
I remember at the tail end of when I was working at MXGP, you was like, you could only release a certain amount of minutes worth of footage.
I'm pretty sure it'll only be the two riders or whatever that GoPro
sponsor.
Them, yeah. I've seen Insta360 are sponsoring Supercross this year, which is quite cool.
Oh, nice.
They're making moves. And it was on Marc Marquez's visor I seen.
Insta360. I wonder, GoPro did a thing where they were built into the bike at one point with them.
Yeah, well, they have cameras everywhere on a MotoGP bike. But that's interesting, though, that he's got that. Hope they still want to sponsor me after all these big investments.
I think, like we said the other day, value for money, you. Did you wear one at the weekend?
I did, and it'll be out on the second channel. When's this come out? Tomorrow? Maybe it's the same day. I don't know. I want to bring my vlog out first, and then bring second channel video, which is full race POV. I even changed cameras at the pit stop, so we got from start line. I turned it off a few times, but I tried to turn it on whenever I was going to be lapping riders or passing people. So like if you see yourself, you can wave at yourself or whatever.
So you was having a little think while riding. Oh, this will be good. You're such a YouTuber.
YouTube is life, Edward. And then the finish line as well, which I'm happy with my performance all around. So, but I want to put my vlog out on the main channel, and the next day, second channel, full POV.
What's the plan on this second channel? You've talked a lot about it, but we haven't really done anything on it.
Thanks.
Oh, just telling the truth. Is that what it's going to be used for? Longer form?
just more content, really. I've obviously I've took Ollie OB Media to the first few Super Enduros, so we've got quite a lot of footage from that. Again, just because I went to South Africa for Christmas, and it's a busy time for races. I haven't got around to doing stuff, but I just want to show more of the races. I feel like I'm at a point with my channel where it is only going to grow, or kind of, it's at a point now where I can't really do much more by myself.
Yeah.
So I want to it might not work financially, it might not work, and this might all be pointless in 6 months' time, but I want to just try and see how it goes. Having someone at the race solely for me, and does just mean I can plan things a little bit more and just be a bit more specific and almost like creative in a way. I just kind of, because often, well, now when it's by myself, I don't really plan my videos how I'd want to, because obviously if I know how I am, if I don't do X, Y, and Z that I've planned, it's going to piss us off, and then it's going to make us angry.
Yeah, feel annoyed at it.
So having someone there, obviously I can just be a bit more specific and give him set jobs or whatever. And I just figured, like, whilst I've got someone there, I might as well film other stuff, and it doesn't really make sense to post it on my channel. So, like, from the first race, especially now, like, with that many classes, as a youth class and stuff at Super Enduro.
So what you thinking? Film the other classes and then do, like, technique help, or what?
No, bits of all sorts. So some I'll just post the highlights. That's it. If I've got time, I'd like to do, like, some kind of reaction video, or just sit back and watch it. And like, my ideal plan is he comes to the race, get 5-6 minutes of action of me, 5 minutes of action of other people or whatever, use 2-3 minutes worth of my clips in my vlog, and then sit down, he makes a select, and I do like a raw reaction to my footage or other people's footage. I mean, ideally there's loads of crashes and we just go viral. But yeah, just see how it goes, really. And that hopefully is, because I'm still not really, I'm such a control freak with my own channel. Mm-hmm. It's doing it on another channel kind of means I can
test a bit more, I guess.
Pass the reins a little bit, and like let some other people edit it, so it's not really an added time constraint on me, because there's already not enough hours in the day, and just more stuff for people to watch, because people seem to like watching this, which is nice.
You see, people's perception of this day and age, you've got to be good on a bike, you've also got to do the Instagram, you've also got to do that. Do you get any pressure's probably not the right word, but do you get any involvement or like direction from like Husqvarna, S3, and do they say we want you to do this, or are they just happy to be along for the ride?
I think there is requirements in just about every contract,
but for like your YouTube, they don't say.
No, YouTube not. YouTube, I think, yeah, luckily most of my sponsors do see the value in it. I think because it's not a lot of people, I think, it's such a hard thing to quantify realistically. But like, for example, I'm assuming all of my sponsors were well within their rights of like issuing an injury clause last year, but none of them did, and I'm pretty confident it's because they see the value in all of the extra things I do above just a normal rider does, minus one company, which we'll not talk about.
They'll all know soon.
Yeah, that'll be revealed soon enough anyway.
See if you can guess. Put it in the comments.
So I dropped some hints in this week's vlog, to be honest.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, get in the comments if you can guess.
So yeah, I think so. Like that, and that's a nice thing to know. Like again, I don't do YouTube or the extra stuff for that. I just do it because I enjoy it. But it's nice that it does come with added things. And
is there one sponsor out of all of your sponsors that sees the value the most?
Red Bull are pretty good. Like I have bonuses for both race results and for
YouTube
stuff.
Oh, cool.
I do generally think they all do, but again, like it's really such a hard thing to quantify because I guess it all helps each other, doesn't it?
I think it builds a personality and gets people knowing you better than.
And it all grows together realistically. Like I make content, people like it, I grow, I'm sharing, I'm collabing, I'm whatever. It helps other people grow, and like I think, luckily, all my sponsors, minus the one which isn't there anymore, are happy to grow together. And like again, and that's why I like the fact that they're not strict. Like it is in each contract. Like they want, I don't know, 21 stories with them tagged in a year, or 12 Instagram posts with this tag. But I think it doesn't, like, I don't really see, and I could be wrong, but like when someone posts a picture and there's 30 ats in the description, like I don't really see the point in doing that. I don't see if sponsors gaining value from that. However, if someone's going to post 7 times a week using the product, or it's there, and if over time people make their own organic link between you and the brand, I think that's far better than just being part of a list of 20 ats.
I think what you just said then, using the product, is the best one, really. Like, it's hard. Some products are hard because some, like, let's say you get sponsored by a construction company, or you get sponsored by a transport company. It's hard to then use that product. Yeah,
it's hard to use, but it's also what YouTube allows you to do is be so much more flexible with promoting people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like back in the day, it was X amount to be on someone's shirt, X amount to be on someone's helmet, whereas like budgets might change, something might come up, they might have a specific event or specific something they really need to promote, but they've already they've got no budget left,
they've given you the money
whereas
for the
you
logo.
can say, okay, get on board 3 vlogs or 1 vlog, or just over the year subtly plug it or whatever.
Yeah, or invite you to the event and you just film the event.
Come to this open day, but film a vlog. So, you know, you'll have a good time. Your audience are going to enjoy you being there. Like, there's so many more ways you can include people doing that, which is again, it's not the reason I do it, but it comes with it.
Yeah, it comes with the territory, doesn't it? Because obviously it's like television. There's adverts on the television, so there's going to be adverts in and around you. The vlog, on the vlog, or anything to do. But I don't know, I think the thing that's probably one of the more genuine things about the YouTube channels and stuff is you sort of only do it if you want to do it, or if you believe in that product, or if you use that product.
Yeah, I do. Like I say, I mean, I think half of them are spam, but on that Shop BB email, you're on it, you see how many
promote this, promote that, and it's just like,
I'm not interested in promoting Temu or fucking whatever else is shite. Whereas, like, pretty much the only kind of YouTube you want to do is Why Food, which is
but it's a product you use and like.
I use with or without it. So I could do more, but again, like it's not my priority at this moment in time. Like at the minute, I'm still, as much as I joke about holding my camera and telling the team like I'm off to do my real job now when I go and film a clip, like that is a joke. At this moment in time, I'm a motorbike racer, and that is my priority, and being better at racing motorbike is my ultimate goal right now. But however much it grows in the background is only going to benefit, because I'm pretty sure the tables will turn at some point one day. So,
well, I think Tommy's teetering on that at the minute, isn't he? He's obviously.
I think he's
not
a
getting
prime
any younger.
example. Like, at first, he probably you seen from how his effort level towards it when he didn't really get its benefits and its advantages, whereas now he sees what can come of it, and I think he does generally enjoy doing it now, and like he's.
Well, it gives him a purpose from, like, obviously when he used to race races like you, 20 odd races a year, whereas now he's like contracted to do 8 outdoors. All right, he's signed up to do arena cross as well, and no doubt he'll race more than the races he's actually contracted to do, but gives him something to do away from the track. He goes and films a video, comes home, and now he's like sat at home like editing a vlog for a couple of hours, which is otherwise he'd just be sat doom scrolling on Instagram.
Doom scrolling, that's a good phrase. I've never heard that before.
But no,
doom scroll.
One question I want to ask you that I want you to sort out for us is, obviously we did the Kecks Olympics.
Oh God! There's a couple of committed commenters that are persistent with that.
It's good. Can you plan one somewhere around Spain so the weather's nice?
You want a trip out?
Yeah, we can put it in the content
what I
budget.
thought, right, again,
Get some filmers.
This is just a wild thought and probably won't materialise. But the one thought I've had with it, I want to do some kind of qualification system
of how they can qualify for it.
People, obviously not complete random people, but like people we know that we are.
Well, that's why I say Spain, because there's more riders out there.
Yeah, like people we know that you've got to submit or you've got to do something, and there's a qualification criteria to get into the Kecks Olympics, and that way it becomes like a big thing, and then sponsors are involved, and like I generally do think it has potential to be a thing where like people win prize money from it and stuff.
We need to sort of do it at Rocco's or something.
The problem with stuff like that is I'm too much of a perfectionist, and my mind goes too mad, and I can vision how good it could be.
Yeah,
and now I'm like, it needs to be what I have in my mind, otherwise it's just not going to satisfy us. And the problem is like the concept I've thought up is too far in advance. It's too far in advanced for the time frames that I have to put towards videos.
Well, let's have another warm up one this year.
Yeah, but my New Year's resolution is there will be one this year, and another game of bike, which that could happen in the next few weeks or so, and I've got a few ideas of how I want to film it and how I want it to come across, which will be warm-up parts for the Kecks Olympics.
Okay. Well, that would be good. That's what I think we should do. We should have a Spanish...
That was so good how it turned out. Like, no one actually give a fuck about the video, and I'm just like, no, you just need to come here. You just need to pay attention. Just be serious for an hour. This is going to work. And he's like, fuck this, whatever. And then eventually he's just did as I was telling you to do for a couple of hours.
Do you know how you could get it where there's more people involved? You know, like obviously there was 5 of us and we did 5 events. You could have, if in your qualifications, you could have teams, and you have to select one of your riders from your team to compete in that event, but they can't compete in anything else. So like you might pick, I don't know.
Yeah, you could have captains.
Yeah.
And they choose the team members once they've seen the events.
Yeah. And then like for motocross, we would put Tommy in if we was in a team, and I don't know, say Nathan, Ben, and someone else, they'd put Ben in.
It would almost be better if the other team picked the rider.
Well, who you want to go in it?
So you picked the rider that you felt was going to perform the worst for the other team.
Yeah.
Like you picked the other teams. See, this is what I mean. It goes too mad, and then it just can't happen because I've got a spare 45 minutes at a track to film a video, not a spare 6 days, which is what I need.
Do you know what would be good then? You know, you said, you have to qualify. You could have all your teams, then you could have a wild card 5 people that aren't professional in any which way, and they get brought in.
Yeah, and you do a preliminary event to qualify for the main event,
that's
which
brilliant.
is a separate video, and then you just go wild and viral, and then Mr. Beast's quaking in his boots.
Ring up Red Bull. I'm happy to hand over the Kecks name, and they can have it as the Red Bull Olympics, as long as we get some branding in
it's
there.
got to stay as the Kecks Olympics.
Well, that means I've got to pay for it.
No, I think
Don't skip the ads on there.
something will happen. Just need more time. Time is the...
Well, talking about
fucking
time,
races, there's bloody...
they get in the way.
Having to do all these fucking races. Quite the inconvenience, really, being a professional motorbike racer. God.
Anyway, talking about time, we're going to run out because we've been going 40 minutes, and
Well, yeah, my alarm's got 33 seconds left.
yeah. So that means you've got to go and get an aeroplane. Anything else to quickly sign off with? When you're next in the UK? When you're next racing?
Well, William Hoare has been on to us already about his event
Tong.
on the 16th of February. I think it's the 16th. It's the Sunday around that time.
Are you signed up?
Well, he texted us at 8:44,
Oh.
and I said, it's not office hours yet.
8:44 this morning asking you to do it. He must have been impressed with your Valley's result.
Yeah, well, I did say to him last weekend, I said, I'll give you an answer after I've raced Valleys this weekend.
No rest for the wicked. He let you sleep on it, and then
Yeah,
boom,
he's
next
give
morning.
us a full 12 hours before he's on us. I probably will do it. In fact, yeah, I'll all being well, provided nothing else comes up and I don't have to go somewhere else or whatever, I'll be there. I just need to double check the diary, double check with Roxanne, double check with Red Bull, because there's something else happening, but I think it's the 2 days after. But yeah, all being well, I'll be at Tong. And we'll do a podcast around then. And in the meantime, Tommy's got one with Dean Wilson. If that doesn't happen, spam him. Spam every post saying you're a dosser. But don't do that. Give him a week.
Yeah, he's got to get Wembley out of the way, and then I think he was talking after Wembley.
Okay, if Dean's not on this podcast within 2 weeks, you have full permission to spam him.
Not me, him.
Tommy, yes, Tommy.
Right.
Ed's fitted this in. We're actually doing
We're midway through a meeting. We've just
meetings,
walked out.
t-shirt meetings outside. And we looked at the time and said, well, we need to just go. So we'll just do it on us two. So Ed's actually interrupted his busy day at work to fit this one in. So, no, it's nice. Little short and fast ones are all right. See,
Yeah.
He needs to watch this and realise it's work. So he could just call in here and he's waiting from a
Yeah,
track.
bang, quick 1 hour topic.
Done. Right. And we've still got like 15 more ChatGPT topics for next time.
Some good ones.
Good stuff. Right. See you in a bit.
See you later.